Evil Dead franchise has been a horror cult favorite among people. When the news broke out about a new movie being made, fans were thrilled to explore the Evil Dead world once again. Their love for the story and the characters has kept the franchise alive. And now, we have another installment on its way, which will be as scary and creepy as the rest of the movies. Since the release of Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead in 1981, the horror community couldn't get enough of the ancient Sumerian text, time travel, bloodthirsty Deadites, and of course, Ash. With 4 feature films, a television series, a musical, comics, and even video games, this movie quickly grew into something bigger. With a small budget and heaps of gory passion, a franchise was born. The franchise began when Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi got together to create the first Evil Dead movie. It was a simple tale of friends going to a cabin in the woods where they opened the door to flesh-possessing demons. The film became an unexpected success, and it wasn't until 6 years later that the two got together to produce a sequel. Once again, the sequel was another hit, and Ash became a beloved character among the viewers. 5 years after the sequel, the further adventures of Ash were introduced in the 1992 film, Army of Darkness. Even though it featured the right dose of blood, this movie focused more on Ash, and it appears that it's what fans were craving. Ash became a cult hero, and fans couldn't get enough. When it was announced that a new movie of the franchise will be made, fans went crazy. But then it was announced that Ash wouldn't be in the film. The film, which premiered in 2013, featured the same spooky cabin story, and it featured all new characters. Interestingly enough, in 2019, Raimi confirmed that a new movie is on its way. Evil Dead Rise was announced as the latest entry into the franchise. And this time, instead of Raimi directing, the role has been passed to Lee Cronin. But don't worry, Cronin was handpicked by Raimi to finish what he had started. Currently, the newest installment of the Evil Dead franchise is in post-production. It has been almost 1 year since production on Evil Dead Rise wrapped. However, due to the pandemic, the movie was decided to be released on HBO Max. This would be the first movie of the franchise to not get a theatrical release. As things constantly change, and Evil Dead changed quite a lot. Instead of premiering on HBO Max, Warner's made the popular decision to give the film a theatrical release. As of now, you can expect the movie to be released on April 21st, 2023. However, even though the date might be solid today, it is always subject to change, so we might not know if this date is the real deal or not. Either way, we are positive that 2023 will be the year that we'll finally get to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, 2023 will be the year that we'll finally see the 5th film of the Evil Dead franchise. Through the years, many expected that the movie would be released by now, given that the filming wrapped last year. But certain factors could further delay the release, even if we aren't aware of them. Many suspected that Halloween would be the perfect time for the movie to be released. But behind the scenes, it appears that the directors and the writers had different plans. Behind the scenes, Cronin, Campbell, and Raimi have been working closely together to bring the movie to the screen. All of the planning and writing that went into it made it possible that Raimi would give it a green light and allow Cronin to take charge of the movie. Given that Campbell has been a part of the franchise since the beginning, both on-screen and behind the scenes, many have wondered if he will return to reprise his role as Ash in the upcoming installment. In Army of Darkness, the final film of the original story, Ash is transported back in time to the Middle Ages, where he must find and utilize the Necronomicon to return to his present time. After fighting his way to the Necronomicon, he finally returns to his present time to tell the tale. Unfortunately, for all the Evil Dead fans, including us, this is the last time that we will see Ash Williams in the films. Campbell has revealed that he will not be returning in front of the camera for the new movie. It is said that this movie will ignore the 2013 Sony reboot and instead follow the original trilogy. After reprising the role of Ash for 3 seasons between 2015 and 2018 on the Ash vs. Evil Dead, Campbell has made it clear that he's done with the characters and that the franchise will be better for it. Fans might be sad not to see Ash make a comeback in the new movie. However, he will be returning as an executive producer of the movie, working alongside Cronin to create the most epic sequel in the franchise. Many have wondered what the movie will be like without Ash. But the Evil Dead franchise will continue without him, introducing new characters and following the same gory story as it always did. Given that this movie will follow the original trilogy, It might even be considered a sequel to Army of Darkness. Even though Campbell isn't returning on the screen, the cast of the movie, or at least part of the cast, has been revealed, and it looks like it's the perfect addition to the franchise. One of the first names that were introduced to the film was Alyssa Sutherland. She portrayed Queen Aslog in the hit series Vikings, and she also starred in the 2017 TV series The Mist. Before that, you might have also seen her in The Devil Wears Prada. She is also a familiar horror face, having starred in Blood Vessel. She is set to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. But no, in all seriousness, she is set to portray a mother named Ellie, and alongside her, we have another new addition to Evil Dead, which is Lily Sullivan, who will play Ellie's sister Beth. Sullivan is an accomplished actor and model, known for her role in the Australian comedy Mental. She has also been part of Romper Stomper. Another addition to the cast is Nell Fisher and Jayden Daniels. The movie will also star Morgan Davies and Mia Challis. There are a bunch of new names and characters in this movie, and it appears that none of the original cast members will join this movie. However, there might be few surprises that we still don't know. Either way, we already know that the movie will largely focus on the two sisters. Although most of the previous Evil Dead movies have been set in an old abandoned cabin in the woods, this one will take place in the gritty streets of Los Angeles, or in an LA apartment to be exact. The story will focus on two estranged sisters, whose long overdue reunion is met with horror that they never imagined. The last time Lee Cronin chose a subject at which to point his lens, it was a single mother as well. So this means that Cronin already has an experience with the subject, and that the movie is right up his alley. According to the premise of the movie, as the two sisters reunite for the first time in years, they will be faced with the discovery of a mysterious book deep in the bowels of Ellie's building, giving rise to the flesh-possessing demons and thrusting Beth into a primal battle for survival, as she is faced with the most nightmarish version of motherhood imaginable. With the power of the Necromonicon unleashed inside of a city, it could mean that the entire place could be taken over. It is also a high possibility that Beth's kids will get possessed, meaning that Beth will be faced with the troublings of fighting for her life, while also trying to figure out a way to get her kids back and away from the demon that is possessing them. Compared to the previous movies, this one takes an opposite turn, and it focuses on the book and what it does when it gets in the wrong hands. This movie would be an opportunity to modernize the franchise and incorporate new, terrifying ideas. With Cronin writing and directing, we can expect him to bring some of the dark creepiness that we saw in his debut film, A Hole in the Ground. Other than that, little is known about the movie so far. But if all of this comes to light in the same gory style that the previous movies were made, we're in for one bloody ride. Check out these videos next.